Watching you guys on First Take talking about the running back situation yesterday. When you heard Saquon and the Giants worked it out, what was your first reaction?
Well, I was relieved for him from the standpoint that we understand what he's working against. The reality is they could have franchise tagged him this season, and then you could franchise tag him next season. So sitting out really wasn't an option for him, and that's something that I think he understands and whatever. Why sit at home making no money whatsoever? Go out there, get as much as you possibly can. In this particular instance, he got about $900,000 more than he would have got had they just franchise tagged him or what have you. It's still not enough as far as I'm concerned. I think running backs are treated incredibly unfairly. And when you think about it from a money perspective, I think that it's a bit more complicated than that. I don't think that 2 franchise tags should be allowed to should be forced upon a running back. I think those guys should be allowed to come out earlier than the typical average player, because in the National Football League, it's held against you. No matter how productive you are, you get 27, 28 years of age. As far as they're concerned, you're a senior citizen at the running back position, and no other position in the National Football League gets treated like that. I think that's unfair. I think there's a discrepancy there that needs to be addressed. And so for me, until those kind of things transpire and you modify that to some degree, this is where you are, and he had to take that deal. Take into account Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry has been in the league for over 7 years. He's made a grand total of $46 million. And this is a guy that's rushing for 2,000 yards one season, 1,800 yards another. Obviously, he's a pivotal part of the Titans' offense and whatever. I know he's had some injuries, but he's an absolute stud, and he's highly productive when he's on the field. And all he has to show for it is $46 million over 7 years, when we see guys in the NFL signing for $150, $200 million, et cetera, et cetera. Something's got to give.
Well, that's the point. I have no issue with the quarterbacks, generally speaking, getting paid so much money, because generally speaking, they are so disproportionately valuable to their teams. But the reality is, Derrick Henry is by